Have you ever wondered why some people achieve success and wealth without ever boasting about it? They don't need to flaunt their achievements or have loud discussions about money. So, what are they doing differently? There's a secret that most of us fail to recognize. It's the patience, the discipline, and the small yet consistent financial decisions. Wealthy individuals know how to make their money work for them without the need for fanfare, and you can start doing the same right now. Watch this video to discover 10 simple tips that will help you build wealth without anyone noticing. Don't miss the opportunity to change your financial life. This video will guide you down the path to success. I clearly remember a conversation I had with a successful friend where he shared a line that I will never forget. Wealth is not what you see, but what you don't see. This made me pause and reflect for a long time. The modern world is full of people boasting about their success. Yet the truly wealthy, successful, and happy ones remain silent. They live their lives without needing to prove anything to anyone. How do they do that? And could I learn from them? One clear example that comes to mind is Warren Buffett, one of the first to apply the silent wealth strategy. Despite being one of the richest people in the world, he never flaunts his wealth. He lives in a simple house in Omaha, Nebraska, where he has resided for over 50 years. Buffett didn't get rich by investing in flashy companies, but rather by focusing on long-term value, patience, and humility. He even drives an old Buick instead of a luxurious Rolls-Royce. Buffett has shared that the secret to success isn't seeking the spotlight or attention. What matters is having effective, sustainable wealth-building strategies. One simple yet incredibly powerful strategy he follows is persistence and commitment to long-term goals. You're probably familiar with a giant in the tech industry, Steve Jobs. Jobs wasn't one to stand out in a crowd, nor did he care about boasting his achievements. But we all know that, with his extraordinary vision and creativity, he created products used by millions of people every day. In fact, it was his clarity of mind, steadfastness, and hard work that truly drove his success. When Steve Jobs founded Apple, he didn't just think about creating beautiful or trendy products, he envisioned products that could change the world. Interestingly, despite having millions of fans, Jobs always maintained a humble demeanor, and even though he led a billion-dollar company, he never engaged in any bragging. So, what truly makes these people successful? The wealthy and successful ones who don't need the noise, who don't flaunt their wealth. Part of the answer lies in their understanding of simplicity, how they invest, how they build valuable relationships, and most importantly, how they live their lives without getting swept up in the waves of the market or transient events. The most important lesson I want to share with you is to focus on long-term value and build a strong foundation. Successful entrepreneurs like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk never sought the spotlight. Instead, they focused on their long-term goals. Bezos, the founder of Amazon, didn't just create a retail empire. He revolutionized the way people shop online. Musk, with Tesla and SpaceX, completely transformed the automotive and space industries. And they both started with humble, slow, but steady steps. I know that for each of us, success doesn't come overnight. There are no shortcuts or miracles. But what matters is knowing where you're going and never giving up. Remember, true wealth isn't about what you show off, but what you quietly and patiently build. It's the determination, the steady steps, and the wise choices that are the key to lasting success. If you want to be one of the truly wealthy, not just financially, but in your soul, then start today. Don't wait until you have the attention of everyone else to take action. Do like Warren Buffett, do like Steve Jobs, do like Jeff Bezos, and let your silence speak for itself. We all know that success doesn't come from luck, but from sustainable strategies and the determination to pursue long-term goals. But how do you achieve that silently, without needing the attention of others? Today, I want to take you on a reverse journey from 10 to 1 to explore strategies that will help you build wealth quietly, without having to flaunt it or seek attention. Let's go through the crucial steps, from small but powerful actions to the biggest principles you can apply today to change your life. Number 10. There's one thing I realized a long time ago. Why do some people seem to live in peace, while others are constantly chasing money and never achieving anything truly worthwhile? Have they discovered some secret that the rest of us don't know? The answer is simple. They live by a principle that is incredibly straightforward, yet so powerful that very few people understand it. Many of us spend our entire lives chasing money, only to find we never attain lasting prosperity. Some struggle to earn money at any cost, while others seem to live calmly, with a free lifestyle, unaffected by the pressure of the numbers in their bank accounts. What makes such a vast difference? The answer isn't about earning more money, but about spending wisely and saving. The truly wealthy, yet humble, follow a golden rule: spend less than you earn and invest the difference. That's the key to building sustainable wealth without ever worrying about finances in the future. Take a look at people like Warren Buffett. Despite his vast fortune, lives in a modest home and never wastes money. Similarly, successful millionaires never spend recklessly. They always know how to place their money where it can grow, such as investing in index funds, real estate, or small businesses. This is one of the smart investment strategies that help them maintain their wealth and continue to grow. If you want to start your investment journey, it's crucial to change your spending habits right now. Before you spend money on unnecessary items, set aside a portion of your income for investment. You can start with small investments through automated investment apps, which save you time and make financial management easier. If you're patient and stick to this principle, you'll gradually notice a noticeable change in your finances. Those who apply this principle will soon experience peace of mind. They no longer worry about bills or feel like they're chasing an endless race. Instead, they can live freely with their financial future secured. And more importantly, they will never have to face the financial stress that many people endure every day. You've probably noticed that true wealth doesn't come from excessive spending, but from knowing how to manage and invest in things that truly hold value. This is why the quietly wealthy always maintain financial freedom and peace of mind. So, are you ready to change your spending habits and invest in your future? Start today and begin the journey toward financial freedom. Number 9. Invisible tricks that make your money grow on its own. Everyone wants financial stability, but not everyone achieves it. Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you work, how much you struggle to make money, by the end of the month, there's barely anything left? That feeling, when you've tried to save, made a budget, and yet your money seems to disappear mysteriously by the end of the month, is incredibly frustrating and stressful. And you know what? You're not alone in feeling this way. Many people, even those who work their hardest, can't seem to build a solid financial foundation. This is largely because they fail to apply smart strategies to manage their money. But here's the truth. The wealthy don't always work harder than you. They might not dive into the race of earning money like others, but they know how to make money grow on its own without having to worry about it. The question is, how can you make money grow without putting in too much effort? The key lies in automating your finances. That's right. You don't have to spend hours tracking your bank account, stressing over your spending, or searching for investment opportunities. Once you set your finances to run on autopilot, you won't have to worry about where your money is going anymore. One of the most effective strategies used by the wealthy is automating savings and investments. They set up systems where their money flows into savings accounts and investment funds without taking much time or effort. For example, you can set up an automatic transfer to investment accounts like an IRA for 401k or index funds. The best part is you don't need a large sum of money to start. Simply begin with a small amount and let your money grow over time. If you think you don't have enough money to invest, don't worry, because this strategy can be applied even with small savings. Financial automation tools like Acorns, Robinhood, or Betterment allow you to invest even if you only have a small amount. All you have to do is set up an automatic transfer to these accounts and let them work for you. Over time, your money will grow without you having to do anything. It's thanks to these automated strategies that wealthy individuals like Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk have been able to amass enormous fortunes without spending too much time managing every penny. The benefit of financial automation is that you can accumulate wealth without worrying about spending or working extra hours. Once you set up this system, You can rest assured that your money will grow without constant monitoring or adjustments. Furthermore, automating your finances helps you avoid the temptation to spend on unnecessary things. You'll watch your bank account grow without the fear of running out of money at the end of the month. With an automated financial system, you can feel secure knowing your future is protected. You might be wondering, is it difficult to start such an automation system? The truth is, you can begin today without waiting for a large sum of money. Simply set up automatic transfers to savings or investment accounts, and over time, you'll notice a significant difference. Start small, and gradually, you'll see surprising results. The important thing is that you no longer have to stress or worry about your finances, because your money will grow without your constant involvement. If you want to implement this strategy today, you can start with simple financial automation apps like Acorns or Robinhood to transfer money into index funds or savings accounts. All you need to do is set up automatic transfers and let it work for you. Over time, you'll see that your money accumulates and grows without you having to worry about it. And one day, when you look back, you'll see that your wealth has grown significantly, all without the struggle or stress of managing your spending or investments. So, if you feel your financial life is stagnant and you don't know where to start, think about automating your finances. Don't let the worries and stress of money hold you back. Start today, because automating your finances will help you build a solid foundation for your future without stressing over every dollar in your bank account. Time will show you the difference, and when it does, you'll experience the freedom and peace of mind you've never had before. Number 7. When I look back at my financial journey, I realize one crucial thing that few people understand in the early years of their lives. Relying on a single source of income is truly a significant risk. We often feel secure when we have a stable job with a fixed salary. But the reality is that life doesn't always go as we expect. When you're dependent on a single income stream, any change in your job, such as a round of layoffs, a shift in the industry, or even external factors beyond your control, can instantly plunge you into a financial crisis. And this is one of the reasons many people fail to build financial freedom throughout their lives. The solution to this problem: create multiple income streams. Once I became aware of this, I no longer relied solely on one job to support me. This didn't mean I had to quit my main job, but I began building side income streams, thus establishing a solid financial safety net. When you have multiple income streams, you no longer have to worry about losing any one source of income. One of the ways I started was by finding money-making opportunities from personal hobbies. You've probably heard the saying, do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. And truly, I experienced this when I started using my hobbies to generate income. For example, I love photography and writing. Initially, I just did them for fun, but then I realized I could sell my photos to stock photo websites or start a blog and make money from ads. Gradually, I also saw that building an online side business could become an excellent source of income. This not only allowed me to earn from my passion, but also helped me create a potential client base without working excessive hours. The greatest benefit of having multiple income streams is financial stability. There's no longer that feeling of stress when one income source hits a snag, because I know I have other options to maintain financial stability. I no longer live in constant fear of losing my job or facing a tough period in life. These side income streams, though small, are continuous, like a safety net that makes me feel more secure. When one stream of income becomes unfeasible, I can rely on the others to sustain my life. Look at successful entrepreneurs like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. They never rely on just one source of income. Elon Musk, in addition to founding Tesla and SpaceX, has ventured into several other fields such as electric vehicles, space technology, and renewable energy. That's why, even if one of his companies faces difficulties, he still has multiple income sources to sustain and grow. Jeff Bezos doesn't only rely on Amazon. He's invested in other areas like Blue Origin, a private space company, and even in the media with his ownership of the Washington Post. These moves have not only helped him grow his wealth, but also created a strong financial foundation for the future. So where do you begin? First, you don't need to make significant investments in big businesses or complicated financial markets. You can start with small investments like dividend-paying stocks or rental properties. Some people, like me, started by buying a small rental apartment, and from the rental income, I had a stable source of revenue. Dividend-paying stocks are also a great option. You don't have to be a financial expert to understand that some companies pay dividends to their shareholders. These dividends, though small, are steady and can help you build an additional income stream without much effort. Action tip: you can start with small investments, but it's crucial to have a clear plan and patiently wait. Don't rush into seeking quick ways to get rich. Instead, focus on building a solid foundation with long-term investments. Investing in dividend-paying stocks or rental properties isn't easy, but over time, you'll see those income streams accumulate, providing you with financial stability. Remember, these income sources don't have to be big right from the start. What matters is that you begin. The sooner you start, the sooner you can build a solid income network, helping you achieve financial freedom without worrying about future risks. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Start with small steps and gradually move toward big goals. Number 6, when I started earning additional income, I realized something crucial that very few people talk about. An increase in income often leads to a sharp rise in spending, trapping us in a vicious cycle where we live just to wait for the next paycheck. Can you relate to that feeling? It's not a truly free life. It's just an endless race where you can't escape the ever-increasing expenses, no matter how much your income grows. And this very cycle prevents many people from building wealth and achieving long-term financial freedom. So, how can we break free from this trap? The answer is simple. Avoid the lifestyle inflation phenomenon. When your income rises, it's easy to succumb to the temptation of spending more on things like a fancier car, more expensive vacations, or higher-end luxury goods. But here's the secret that wealthy individuals understand. They don't let these things dictate their lives. They keep their spending steady, regardless of how much their income increases. This is how they build sustainable wealth, not just a life of outward grandeur. Instead of spending money on material possessions, I began to view surplus income as an opportunity to invest. If my income went up, instead of buying a new car, I would consider investing the excess in income-generating assets like dividend stocks or real estate. These investments not only helped me maintain financial stability, but they also allowed me to grow my wealth sustainably over time. This is something that truly successful financial people understand. Take a look at famous entrepreneurs like Warren Buffett. He is known for his simple lifestyle and avoidance of the temptations of lavish spending, despite being one of the wealthiest people in the world. Buffett never allowed an increase in his income to equate to increased spending. Instead, he focused on investing in assets with long-term value, rather than wasting money on unnecessary material goods. It's this mindset that allowed him to amass a massive fortune and maintain financial stability for many years. The benefit of avoiding lifestyle inflation is that you create an ever-growing gap between your income and expenses, which leads to powerful financial growth in the future. If you can maintain steady spending regardless of income fluctuations, you'll create a financial gap that no one can easily break. This gap will help you accumulate wealth and achieve financial freedom faster. I remember reading a story about Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. Even though he has one of the highest salaries in the tech industry, Tim Cook has never let his income dictate how he lives. He still lives in an ordinary house, drives a modest car, and maintains a simple lifestyle. Instead of spending money on luxury items, he focused on growing Apple and investing in his career. This mindset has helped Apple continue to thrive, and Tim Cook has become a role model for successful leaders. So, how can you begin to avoid lifestyle inflation? One simple but highly effective way is to track your spending. You can use apps like Mint to help you monitor daily expenses. These apps will help you identify unnecessary spending, making it easier to adjust and keep your expenses in check. What's important is understanding that an increase in income is not a reason to live more extravagantly. It's an opportunity to invest in the future, grow assets, and build financial stability. Once you start adopting this mindset, you'll realize that controlling your spending not only helps you save money, but also allows you to grow your personal finances sustainably. This isn't an easy change, but with time and patience, you'll begin to feel the difference. The shift will not only be in your finances, but also in how you view life. You'll recognize that true wealth isn't just about how much money you have, but about how well you manage it. So what will you do? Are you ready to start changing your spending habits and investing in your future? Start today by tracking every expense. Don't let your income lead to an unchecked rise in spending without a plan. Invest in your future, build a strong financial foundation, and you'll soon see a clear change in your life. Number 5. The rule of silence protecting your wealth. You've likely heard the saying, words are free, but sometimes it's the very words we speak that can cost us the most, especially when we talk too much about money. Every time we share details about our income, assets, or financial plans, not only do we attract curious glances, but also unsolicited comments, and even requests we never anticipated. I've been in that situation before, sharing a small financial success, only to find it leading to unwanted conversations, relentless questions about money, and even endless demands. To protect your wealth and maintain peace of mind, truly wealthy individuals never reveal too much about their finances. They follow an unbreakable rule: silence is golden. They don't flaunt their success, nor do they boast about their financial plans. Instead of talking, they choose to act. This is a key strategy in safeguarding your wealth from intrusion and unnecessary distractions. Take someone like Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Have you ever seen him publicly share the massive profits Amazon makes? It's not because he isn't successful, but because he understands that silence plays a crucial role in protecting financial freedom and mental peace. Behind his success, there are no public displays of wealth, only secretive strategies, focusing on actions rather than words. I remember once a close friend asked me about an investment project I was working on. I didn't give a detailed answer, merely sharing the basic financial goals I had. The reason was simple. I didn't want to get caught up in debates or judgments from others. Sharing too much only leads to judgmental glances and, sometimes, unsolicited requests from people who don't share your vision. Keeping your financial plans to yourself helps protect your peace of mind, keeping you safe from unnecessary distractions. When no one knows about your success, you can continue working without the pressure from others. More importantly, keeping quiet also shields you from exploitation. Once others know you have money, they will easily try to take advantage of you for their own needs. But if you keep silent, you won't have to worry about being bothered. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, is a clear example of this rule. Despite being one of the wealthiest people in the world, Musk rarely talks about his personal wealth, even though he has had extraordinary success. He always focuses on developing his companies rather than boasting about financial achievements. This allows him to stay focused and avoid distractions that could impact his work and career. To truly protect your wealth, share your financial goals only with those you truly trust and with people who share a similar financial vision. Don't let anyone hinder your growth simply because they don't understand the importance of silence. Be selective about who you share your plans and successes with, ensuring they not only encourage you, but also help you protect your peace of mind. Remember, protecting your wealth is not just about guarding your finances. It's about preserving your freedom and peace of mind. When you remain silent, you'll find that peace comes closer, and you'll be able to focus on what matters most: growing your wealth and achieving your goals. From now on, whenever you think about sharing a financial strategy or a successful investment, ask yourself, do I really need to say this? If the answer is no, let it remain a secret between you and those who are truly trustworthy. Instead of talking, take action. Number 4. The hidden power that turns pennies into millions. Have you ever wondered how small amounts of money can transform into vast fortunes? Many people believe that to become wealthy, you must start with a large sum of money. But that's not the case. The wealthy rarely begin with a fortune. Instead, they understand that the power of consistent, patient investing can turn small sums into substantial wealth. However, not everyone realizes this. The answer lies in compound interest, a powerful tool that the truly wealthy use. Compound interest can make your money grow exponentially. It's like planting a small seed in the ground, which gradually sprouts and becomes a towering tree. With compound interest, your investment doesn't just earn returns on the principal amount, it also earns returns on the interest. Imagine making a small investment, doing nothing more, and letting it grow over time. This is how the wealthy continue to grow their fortunes. Take Warren Buffett, one of the world's most renowned investors. He didn't start with a large sum of money. In fact, he began investing at a very young age, with only a small amount. But thanks to compound interest and his ability to maintain steady investments, he built a massive financial empire. A notable example is his investment in Coca-Cola in 1988, with a small amount compared to the fortune he holds today. This is a perfect illustration of how a small, long-term investment can yield massive returns. The power of compound interest is that it turns every dollar you invest into a profitable asset, creating continuous growth. You don't need to do much, just be patient and allow your money to grow over time. Month by month, year by year, you'll see your funds multiply exponentially. This not only helps you build lasting wealth, but also creates a steady stream of passive income. Imagine you start investing just $100 a month into an index fund like the S&P 500, one of the most stable and reputable funds in the US. Over the next 20 years, despite market ups and downs, you'll see your money grow significantly thanks to compound interest. You don't have to start with a large sum of money, just patience and consistent investment discipline. After some time, you'll notice a dramatic difference between what you started with and what you have in hand. If you want to start harnessing the power of compound interest to build wealth, the best approach is to invest in index funds or retirement accounts like an IRA or 401k, where you can take advantage of compound interest over a long period. These accounts not only help you accumulate wealth, but also provide tax benefits, making them more cost-efficient. The key is to start early and be patient. Don't wait until you have a large sum of money. Start with the smallest steps. When you look at successful people like Elon Musk or Bill Gates, you'll see that they didn't rely solely on large investments. They began with small, consistent steps, being smart and persistent. Elon Musk, for instance, built Tesla from modest initial capital, but he knew how to invest wisely in technology and research. We can learn from them that it's not the large sum of money that matters, but the patience and the ability to identify the right investment opportunities. So, if you want to be part of those who have achieved success, the most important thing is to start investing now. Don't let hesitation or the belief that you don't have enough money stop you. You don't need to be rich from the start. Just take small, consistent investment steps, stay patient, and let compound interest do the rest. Eventually, you'll be amazed when you look back at how far you've come. Remember, wealth isn't something distant or impossible to achieve. It's a process you can start today with small decisions that have the power to change your entire life. Number 3. The secret to smart shopping. We all have moments when we feel the urge to possess something, a new car, a luxury phone, or expensive tech gadgets. These items don't just satisfy us in the moment. They can also create heavy financial pressure. They deplete precious savings that could otherwise grow, instead causing our money to gradually diminish. Have you ever noticed how shiny new cars or high-end electronics, no matter how sleek and modern, only decrease in value over time? In the end, do you really own these items, or is it the items that own you? Wealthy individuals understand that assets are not about momentary pleasures, but about investments that generate sustainable income. They don't spend on luxury items. Instead, they focus on acquiring income-producing assets, those that appreciate over time. They invest in rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, and financial opportunities that promise long-term profits. These expenditures are not reckless splurges. They're financial decisions that create lasting value for the future. Oprah Winfrey, one of the wealthiest and most powerful women in the world, is a prime example of how to own income-generating assets. Oprah didn't just build a media empire. She also invested in valuable real estate and profitable investments. One notable example is her purchase of shares in Weight Watchers, which turned out to be one of the most profitable investments of her career. Oprah understands that every expense and investment should aim to create value and long-term profit rather than merely satisfying short-term consumer needs. Much like Warren Buffett, often associated with smart investing. He built his financial empire by selecting investments that provide steady, sustainable income. One of his secrets lies in not spending on luxury items, but rather focusing on assets that will generate long-term returns. Think of Coca-Cola, one of the long-term investments he made. By investing in companies like this, he not only built wealth, but also secured a stable income stream through dividend profits. As you begin shifting from spending money on luxury goods to investing in income-producing assets, you'll begin to notice a clear difference. Each time you spend, you won't just be depleting your wealth, but rather fostering long-term financial growth. This helps you build a solid financial foundation, a strong base for future financial freedom. Smart financial decisions open doors to financial independence that few can achieve by spending on unnecessary possessions. Before making a large purchase, ask yourself, will this item generate income for me? If the answer is no, you may want to reconsider. Wealthy people don't just look at the immediate value of an item. They evaluate whether it can create value in the future. Before making any major financial decisions, consider whether that expenditure could help you increase your wealth. This is an essential rule that Elon Musk applies when building his career. He always invests in projects that will create long-term value and have a significant impact on society. For example, he invested in Tesla and SpaceX, not just because of his passion for technology, but because he saw the long-term value of these companies in transforming entire industries. Musk doesn't squander money on flashy luxuries. Instead, he invests in what can bring about sustainable change in the world. Looking at figures like Musk, Buffett, or Oprah, you'll see they all share one thing in common. They make smart investments and only spend on assets that generate long-term returns. It's their patience in building wealth that has led to extraordinary success. Start today. Don't let the allure of luxury goods tempt you any longer. Invest in income-producing assets, those that will grow in value over time. Remember, wealth doesn't come from the things you own. It comes from the assets you invest in. When you change your mindset and focus on creating lasting value, you'll see your financial situation transform dramatically. Remember, every decision you make contributes to your financial freedom. Smart shopping isn't just about what you own. It's about the assets you build and grow over time. Number 2, the invisible trick that helps money grow on its own. Everyone desires for their money to grow without the need for daily hard work. We all want a simple solution, a way for our assets to increase without constant worry. Have you ever wished that you could simply deposit money into a bank account and watch it grow without thinking about it? We all want to find ways for our finances to grow without stressing out or putting in too much effort. However, whether we like it or not, money won't just make more money unless you apply smart and sustainable financial strategies. Financially successful people know that the secret to making money grow on its own is by creating an automatic system for saving and investing. They understand that the simplest but most effective step is to set up an automated system where your money is transferred into investment accounts without your daily intervention. This can start with small steps, but over time, you'll see a noticeable difference. This automation allows you to save without needing to remember or worry. Everything happening in the background like a machine that never stops running. A prime example of this is Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft. Throughout his career, he always sought ways for money to work for him, not just endless labor. Gates is well known for his strategy of investing in automated investment funds, where his money is allocated into promising investments without having to go through complex steps every day. Another example is Warren Buffett, who famously said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." By setting up an automated system for investing, he could focus on big decisions without worrying about every small penny. It is this application of automation that has not only helped them maintain financial stability, but also build massive fortunes. These automated systems not only help save time and effort, but also enable you to build wealth in an automatic and sustainable manner. As you let the system run naturally, you'll notice that your money begins to grow, even when you're not worrying about whether you've saved enough each month. The system works like a machine, requiring no attention from you, but providing long-term results. And if you maintain it over time, you will see a significant difference in the amount of money you've accumulated without having to sacrifice too much. Start with simple steps, like setting up automatic transfers from your account to savings funds or investment accounts as soon as you receive your salary. It might be a small amount, but remember, it's these small amounts that will accumulate into a large sum over time. You can use apps like Acorns, which automatically invest your spare change every time you make a purchase, or simply set up automatic transfers into a savings account, helping you build a savings habit without any extra effort. Wealthy and successful people don't spend too much time worrying about managing every small expenditure. They understand that they need an intelligent system to automate their financial processes, and with that, they can focus on bigger decisions in life without being overwhelmed by the small details. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, has also applied these automated strategies in managing his finances. Instead of spending his days monitoring each investment or expense, he set up systems that automatically save and invest for the future without worrying about every tiny step. Through automated investment strategies, Zuckerberg has been able to build a billion-dollar empire without dedicating excessive time to the small details. Therefore, in order to let your money grow, you need to create systems that allow your money to work automatically. You no longer have to worry about controlling every small detail. Let the system do the work for you and help you achieve your big financial goals. And most importantly, start today. Don't procrastinate or think that there will be time later. Setting up an automatic saving and investing system will be the first step to bringing you closer to financial freedom. When you create an automated system, you'll not only see the growth of your assets, but you will also feel the freedom in managing your finances. Number 1. The silent key to success: patience and persistence. Everyone wants quick change. They want wealth to come rapidly, like a whirlwind, immediately and effortlessly. But the truth is, most of us expect immediate results when building wealth, and this very expectation often leads to disappointment. The small failures at the start can make you give up, leaving doubts about your ability to succeed. Everyone wants to make money quickly, but few are willing to endure the long process required to achieve financial goals. However, the real key to achieving wealth is not rushing, but being patient and persistent, a principle that not everyone understands. Successful people know that building wealth is a long process that requires patience and a steadfast plan. Taking small but consistent actions every day is the only way to get closer to financial goals. You don't need to jump into risky decisions or take fast actions. Instead, focus on maintaining a stable financial lifestyle, being patient, and continually improving step by step. One of the richest people in the world, Warren Buffett, shared that he had invested in valuable assets from a young age, even though his initial capital wasn't large. Notably, he started investing in Berkshire Hathaway in the 1960s, with just a small portion of his initial wealth. He always emphasizes that investing a small amount each month, avoiding debt, and cutting unnecessary expenses helped him become one of the richest people on the planet. This is a clear testament to the power of persistence and consistent action, not sudden leaps. Besides Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, has also proven that to succeed, you must stay persistent with big goals, despite facing countless challenges and failures in the beginning. Elon started with small investments and went through many hardships before achieving great success. But it was his patience, perseverance, and commitment to his goals that allowed him to overcome every obstacle. Musk never gave up when facing early failures, continuing to take action every day, even if it was just one small step. By acting consistently and planning for the long term, you will see your financial development over time, even if it starts slowly. Imagine it like a snowball, starting from a small stone, and then with every turn, it grows bigger and stronger. Your wealth will also grow in this way. The more you invest and the more patient you are, the more your wealth will increase, powerfully and automatically, just like the change that cannot be seen but continues to multiply. Create a sustainable financial habit. One of the simplest ways to maintain patience during this process is to plan monthly financial check-ins. This not only helps you track your progress, but also keeps you motivated when you see even the smallest changes month by month. Just like Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, always mentions setting long-term goals and acting relentlessly, even when results don't come immediately. With each small investment you make, with each unnecessary expense you cut, you are gradually building a solid foundation for your financial future. Even if you start with small amounts or limited resources, as long as you remain persistent and consistent, things will gradually change for the better. Don't let impatience or lack of motivation make you give up on important goals. And remember, every small action you take today, whether it's saving a little money or cutting back on unnecessary expenses, will make a huge difference tomorrow. That's the power of patience and persistence. And it's also the key to achieving sustainable financial success. Take action every day, even if it's a small step, but never stop. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope that these lessons on quietly and effectively building wealth will help you find your own path, step by step, to success without the need for boasting. Remember, patience and wise financial decisions will yield long-term rewards, just like a big tree growing from small seeds. We greatly appreciate your support and hope that this video has touched your heart. If you have any stories, lessons, or issues you want to share, don't hesitate to leave a comment below this video. Share your story with us, and we'll help you create videos and content that can assist you in overcoming life's challenges. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share with others, and comment your thoughts. We always want to hear your opinions. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next inspiring video. We'll continue on this journey together.